How's it going, everybody? MyCupOfTea here, back in a reaction video. And yes, your eyes do not deceive you. We are back to watch some more Warhammer videos. Yay, yay. I know I've been slacking on this series, this Warhammer universe. I've been slacking. We'll be back at it to watch a video called Necromunda? Manda? No. Explained by an Australian. Warhammer 40k lore. Oh boy. It looks like this was a game too. If I look down below, there's also a game as well. See what happens. But I know nothing about this group, this faction. I don't know, except for that there's scum and villainy from this thumbnail. So it's gonna be interesting to watch. And this was requested by Troy Neenan. Bam, shouts to you, Troy. Shouts out to you. Thank you for the request. Sorry it took so long, but we here now. I need to get back into my Warhammer bag. I gotta get back into it. So let's jump right into this video. Okay, what I saw something when I was clicking this video. It says you will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. That's a pretty bold claim to mention or say, because I know the Warhammer universe, they got some crazy factions, some evil, downright horrendous factions, and so now I'm scared to see what this is all about. now I'm terrified. All right, let's start this.
G'day guys and gal.
Hello.
Necromunda. If you're a 40k fan,
right.
You've probably heard about it. Mostly because GW seems really insistent on making video games about it. The first one, Underhive Wars, seemed a bit shit to me. Like, is there actually a market for turn-based shooters? I'm confused.
Interesting.
The second game coming out, however, seems to have really learnt from the first one, and actually looks pretty solid. But that still doesn't really answer what Necromunda is. Is it a planet? Is it a culture? Or is it a futuristic way to violate corpses?
This looks cool.
Before we get started, another video, another chance to plug the Major Kill minis.
Go ahead, plug your minis in there, plug your minis.
Just look at this dude by Dr. Wiener. Easily the best model out there to lead your space elves for sure. Just give some of these reviews. The Major Kill Terminator Lord is also still available, and I'm loving the cheeky kit bashes you guys are throwing at him. All the prices on the website are Australian,
like good.
So if you're in the US, UK, or Europe, you're pretty much getting a 25 to 40% discount off the bat. And yes, it ships worldwide, no worries. Anyone who paints and sends me a picture of their MK Mini will have it featured in future videos on the Discord server and on the website, so get it while it's hot. Today we'll go over what Necromunda is and why GW has a stiffy for it. We'll go over its history, its importance, and why there's so many gangs going bang. Let's get into it. Necromunda is a big-ass planet with way too many people on it. You would think that a planet had some kind of population limit, but judging by Necromunda's population of over 100 billion,
100 billion
doesn't really apply.
It must be a big planet. It's really big,
for a planet
huge.
With that many people on it, it's a pretty shit place to live.
Never mind,
where the environment and natural resources are completely depleted.
Oh, you gotta fight for
Shit
scraps
makes
here.
China look like a wildlife sanctuary. There is also an extreme class divide, with the rich being able to enjoy food imported from off-world, and the poor having to basically recycle and eat their own shit. Really not sure why.
Whoa! You can't just say that like it wasn't something just natural. You can't just glance over what you just said right there. Hold on now, wait a minute. The poor guy do what? You meant like shit as in like they just gotta like eat like bad food, not like their actual feces, right? That'd be pretty wild. But there are 100 billion people though. Also, the rich are so rich they can just get food from off planets. That's a huge flex. All right, all right. Okay, let me just.
An extreme class divide.
That's a
with the
crazy
rich
way to start this.
Enjoy food imported from off-world, and the poor having to basically recycle and eat their own shit. Really not sure why the people of Necromunda are so insistent on mass breeding when they're bringing up their children into this hellhole.
That is.
It wasn't always this shit, however. Necromunda used to be called Arrhenius Prime and was an advanced.
That looks beautiful. What the heck happened? This is not what I just saw 2 seconds ago. What is this place?
Advanced world from the Dark Age of technology. It survived the Age of Strife very much intact.
I remember that. I gotta rewatch that Age of Strife in technology.
Warships and the ability to produce and use condoms. Something current day Necromunda could really benefit from. When the Imperium came knocking during the Great Crusade, the Lord of Anarius Prime and the surrounding system told the Emperor to eat a dick, and that he was welcome to become a vassal of Anarius Prime.
You told the Emperor of mankind. Nah. I'm gonna misheard
Imperium
that.
came knocking during the Great Crusade. The Lord of Anarius Prime and the surrounding system told the Emperor to eat a dick,
Oh, the Emperor of Mankind need a dick? That must be a different emperor, because there's no way you would say such a heinous and what's the word to be saying? Heresy? Is that it? Saying to the emperor, that's crazy.
And that he was welcome to become a vassal of Anarius
No way,
Prime.
different person, different emperor.
Yeah, look, probably not the smartest call by the Tech Lord.
It's not.
As such, 20,000 Imperial fists with a shitload of guardsmen attacked the system and dominated it.
Oh
it only
my
took a
god!
short while before the Tech
Why would you mess with them?
And Anarius Prime and the surrounding area now belong to the Imperium.
Okay, you deserve that. Why would you say that to them? You could have just, I don't know.
Easy peasy.
Easy
Until
peasy.
it fucking wasn't. Out of nowhere came a random Xeno army that turbo-raped everything.
Oh, God.
All the planets were lost except for Anarius Prime by the time the Xenos were fought off. Anarius Prime itself had been sodomized hard. It was now a wasteland full of death and destruction.
Oh, God.
Not
So
exactly
is it
a
Zenus? What is
prime
that?
place to be. Hence it was renamed Necromunda. Now generally one would assume that
Horrible
after
joke.
this, Necromunda's population would plummet, or that
Yeah,
the world
you
would be
would think.
abandoned. But no. Necro, as I call it because I'm lazy, was a powerhouse of manufacturing weapons and armor for the Imperium's armies, and after literally rising from the ashes, the people of Necro continued to serve this purpose. When the
Okay.
last of their natural resources were gone, and there was trash and scrap everywhere, they began to turn that scrap into resources and became hectic recyclers.
Okay.
I mean, if they did that a bit earlier, maybe their lives wouldn't be so terrible, but better late than never, eh? Such a fat population also allows Necromunda to churn out a shitload of guardsmen, hardened from their years of living like a sardine.
I see. A lot of expendable resources, if you call it,
As expected,
People
these
throw out
guardsmen are more or
enemies.
less gang members that sometimes salute. The planet is covered in thousands of hive cities, which are like mega cities, but more mega. Due to its size and savagery, the Imperium has allowed Necromunda to kind of self-govern itself, as long as it
Self-govern?
remains loyal and pays its taxes.
Oh no, that's not a good
There's a
sign.
huge medieval-esque hierarchy system, where the basic bitches serve a local leader who answers to a representative of a powerful family, who makes up an alliance of different powerful families, who answer to the head figure of that family, who finally takes orders from Lord Gerontius Hellmaurer.
Who?
Jerry, as I call him, is the
Jerry.
supreme ruler of all of Necromunda,
All of
as his family
Necromunda?
before him has been for 7,000 years.
Oh, got that
Whilst all
family
the other
lineage.
lesser families of Necromunda basically kiss his ass for support, he just kinda chills out and does whatever he wants, as long as the Imperium is happy. Jerry isn't the only player on Necro though. The Imperial
Okay.
Fists maintain a permanent presence on Necro and use
Imperial
it as a
Fists,
recruiting world, whilst various gangs control the underworld of the Palatine, which is the main hive of Necro. Along with the Imperial Fists, there are a few other unsavory characters that lurk on Necro.
Alrighty.
With such a big planet, it was only a matter of time before the Gene Stealer cult emerged and begun to grow.
Okay, Gene Stealer Crow. I know I heard of Gene Stealer before in one of the videos. Oh, I forgot what they did. I've been slacking.
It was only a matter of time before the Gene Stealer cult emerged and begun to grow. One good thing about having a gigantic population is that recklessly nuking your own planet to kill some Gene Stealers is actually a viable solution, hence those cultists got a bit of a rude awakening. Whilst the vast majority of them died in nuclear fire,
That's
a
crazy.
few thousand escaped, but were not unscathed. Radiation plus Gene Stealer equals abomination. Hence now Necro
God.
had genuine monsters stalking its underhives.
Oh.
Like, more genuine than a normal Gene Stealer. Shit's terrifying. There is life beyond the hives, however. The life just isn't very good, but it's there. Some Necro residents choose to move to and live on the sludge seas,
Ew.
which are where the oceans used to be, but are
Oh,
now just
God.
toxic swamps.
That looks terrible.
Somehow these swamps actually prove to be fertile environments.
I don't believe
You know,
it.
as long as you love eating mushrooms.
Oh,
Another
okay.
option is to live in the forbidden cities, which are
It's better eat mushrooms than eat your own feces, it looks like.
basically just big-ass opium dens. For some reason, the people of Necro like to snort powdered corpses for fun.
Powdered
And now there are
corpses?
huge underground secret cities where everyone just kind of does this.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
look, each to their fucking own.
No, take that own away. No, that's crazy. I guess you got 100 billion people and you got limited resources. You gotta have fun somehow.
It gets worse, however.
How?
There are various slums and
Why'd I say
shanties
how?
that surround each hive city.
Why'd I say how?
As the world of Necro is so toxic, a hive city is pretty much the only place where you won't immediately develop cancer. As such, these shanty towns are full of sick and dying people. Whenever a bad storm rips past, generally the shantytown will be destroyed, and many of its people will die.
Dang.
The survivors will then often find themselves culled by local militias who are claiming to be doing population control, when in reality, I think they just want to kill some cancer patients. Then of course, there is Rock Bottom, that being the Ash Raiders, who are mutants that roam the Wildy. As the world is so toxic, anyone out of a hive city is in strife, hence the Ash Raiders, called this because of their love of Pokemon combined with their obsession with raiding shit, have adapted to the strife and almost seem immune to all the horrible necro things. I mean, I guess they're pretty horrible themselves, so immune might be the wrong word here. Now, the writers at GW, in all their wisdom, decided to refer to the gangs of necro as ganger houses. In Australia, ganger means slut, so I got
a hot chick who loses
a good chuckle out of all the slut houses, aka brothels, that compete for power in the underhive of Necromunda. These gangers, including House Cawdor, who are a bunch of religious nuts that hunt down rogue psychers, heretics and mutants, much to the ecclesiarchy's pleasure, House Delacqui, who like assassinating people and just look like a bunch of rapists, House Escher, who are a good example, who like assassinating people and just look like a bunch of rapists, House Escher, who are a good example of unchecked rampant feminism, House Goliath, who are a good example of unchecked rampant toxic masculinity, House Warlock, who like mining or some shit, House Van San, who are like a bunch of tech wizards who build advanced technology and sell it, making them probably the most approachable and useful of the game.
Yeah, I want to be on their team if I had to be in this terrible, terrible planet. I want to be on their side. There's nothing bad about them, right? Nothing bad about these tech guys, these tech nerds. I don't know what he just said. Tech wizards? Nothing bad about them, right?
Bangers. These houses will enter into conflict and sometimes full-blown war with each other over resources. Or, you know, gender disputes. So why does GW have such a microscope over these guys? 2 games in like 1 year is a fair amount. Well, Necromunda is like a spin-off skirmish game of 40k, where you can play as one of the gangs in like a compressed version of a 40k match. I don't play tabletop, and I ain't gonna splash out $90 for a fucking rulebook to find out.
Oh my god, heck no.
Necro also gives GW a unique opportunity to kind of go down a gritty techno steampunk theme for a bit without having to create a new IP.
That sounds
nice to me. It means they can make shit within their universe which doesn't involve a space marine. The upcoming game, Necromunda Hired Gun, shows this off. Like, you pretty much would not be able to tell this is from 40k unless you knew the lore.
Yeah, I didn't know this was 40k at all.
Going for.
I think, what does it look like? I don't know what this could look like. I know there's a Space Marine game coming out this year, I think.
Hired Gun actually looks decent, so I back them on this one. Necromunda is a very grim place with not a whole lot of happy things going on. Despite this, it has a surprisingly low infant mortality rate. Either that, or everybody just loves fucking. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of Warhammer hentai. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the real subscribe button for more necrophilia content.
What did you say?
Join the Discord for more memes.
What did he say?
The next one. Peace.
Alright, this guy has humor. This guy got a sense of humor, I see. Yeah, I had to make sure nothing crazy was gonna happen again. Right, that was Major Kill. I think that's my first time watching the video from Major Kill. First or second, I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've been on that Warhammer grind. Okay, alrighty. Alright, what did we learn? We learned that Necromunda is a planet that is pretty bad. Unless you're like upper class, you're fine. You're eating on exquisite space lobster and space what's a fancy food? Escargot, space escargot. Meanwhile, if you're like, you know, if you're not rich, you're eating trash and feces or mushrooms, you know. That's it. Trash, feces, or mushrooms. There's no in between. There's no in between. They got different gang houses, gangers. I forgot what he mentioned. That are like factions that fight each other for resources, but while they still have to make weapons for the Imperium, which whenever a civilized, proper planet, you know, they got a whole new name, they decide to say some heinous things about the Emperor, which dummies, but that's not what caused them to decline. It was like the Zenith showing up. Who was the Zenith? Because they're not the Tyranids, that's something different, right? Yeah, Tyranids are like the bugs that like. A lot of them. There's way a lot of bugs. Zenith? Who's a Zenith? Dang, my lord, I'm dwindling. I gotta rewatch my videos. Or rewatch some videos. Yeah. This is cool. This is cool. Now, I don't know if they're the most heinous that he said in the description, because I do know about the, what was it, the Dark Elves from one of the videos I watched. It was a wild stuff. That was some crazy stuff they were doing. But no, this is fun. This is fun. I like to learn about different factions or different stuff about Warhammer that's not just Space Marines. This is cool. This is cool. Gotta do more of these. But yep, I'm gonna continue watching some more Warhammer videos in the future, like really soon, because I want to keep it up, because if I don't, I'm gonna forget some things, and I don't like forgetting stuff. But yeah, hope you enjoyed my reaction. Hope you enjoyed Major Kill's video on the Necromunda. And yeah, thank you for watching. My cup of tea is out of here. See you later. Man, you know, I don't want to be on that planet. I don't want to be anywhere really on the Warhammer universe. But if I was on the Necromunda, I want to be with the tech people, because, you know, they look cool and I got some cool stuff. I'd rather look cool and die than look bad, suffer bad, worse, and die on Necromunda.